Carry on, start zone. 3. 4. Ding, 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 bing, 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 bing. Hello, take that. Okay, oh, good. Carry on, start. 3. 4. Ding, 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 bing, 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 bam, bam, bam. Hello, take that. Okay, oh, good. Carry on, start zone. 3. 4. Ding, 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 bing, 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 bam, 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 bam. smartphone. Red. Four. Ding 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 get ba 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 ba. Hello, take that. Good. Carry on, start zone. Red. Four. Ding 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 get ba 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 ba. Hello, take that. Good. Carry on, start zone. Red. Four. Ding 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 get ba 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 ba. take that. Carry on, dark zone. Red. 4. Ding 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 bam. Hello, take that. Carry on, dark zone. Red. 4. Ding 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 bam. Hello, take that. Carry on, dark zone. Red. 4. Ding 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 bam. Good. Carry on. Start zone. Red. Four. Ding 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 big 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 it ba 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 ba. 睇睇。Stable. Good. Carry on. Start zone. Red. Four. Ding 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 big 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 it ba 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 ba. Take that. Stable. Good. Carry on. Start zone. Red. Four. Ding 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 big 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 it ba 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 ba. like that. You carry on. Don't go. Red. Ding 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 bing 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 it bam 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 bam.
And a very good morning. Day 2 of the 2025 Central Machine Hire Otago Rally. We are here, special stage 9, Circle Hill, round 1 of the Brian Green Property Group New Zealand Rally Championship. Great to be joined here by Dylan Turner in these fantastic shots of, man, this is going to be an epic spot for action, Dill.
Well, it's a ripper stage to start with. It's a true Otago classic test, you know. I mean, it's really, really fast, and we have got a pretty exciting rally coming up because it's just so close. It's so close at the top, you know, with these NZRC boys. And, of course, today we've got a great battle in the classics as well. So, yeah, I'm really stoked. I can't wait.
Yeah, so by all reports, Hayden Paddon is back for day 2. So we will get to see that Chris Meek Hayden Paddon battle. Of course, steering spline stripped. So basically, there's not a lot you can do about that one, Dill.
No, I mean, it's very unusual for Hayden to put a car off the road. You know, it had to be something mechanical go wrong. So good to see that he didn't damage the car too much. And, yeah, look, it'll be great to have him back out. I know everybody's heads went down yesterday when he went out. But with such a great battle with the NZRC boys at the front, I think it did make up for it a tiny bit.
Absolutely. So just while we've got this fantastic shot, talk us through a little bit of what we're going to see here.
Yeah, so as I say, classic Otago Road. Look at it, straight and then into a junction. So the top of your screen there is kind of where we're going to be seeing the cars come from. We're going to have a bit of a zoom down the road, hopefully, for you. They come from that. If you can see the forestry line there, you can see they sort of come from the top there and they zigzag their way down. There's a little bit of a crest as they come around a left-hander, and then it's flat down to where we're standing. You can see a couple of undulations in the road. Not sure if they'll get air over that crest or not, but I guess we'll find out with first car. I can't remember. I know I've done this stage, and I said to BB on the way out this morning, I said, is that the stage I crashed on, BB? And he said, you might have to clarify that a little better. So maybe I've crashed on a couple too many stages down there. But as you can see, there's actually another crest. So right where the crowd is now, where we're panning in, is a little crest, and then that's kind of going to be where they're going to be deciding. Do I brake on the crest or do I brake after the crest? I would say brake after the crest at your peril, because it's probably only about 30 or 40 metres into a 90 right. Yeah.
And what the drone shot doesn't show is right on the exit there, the camber of the road goes away. So you can sort of see in the junction there, the camber works from where the rally cars aren't coming from. So they cross a bit of a lip, and that's got the potential to unweight the car. And then, of course, if you're fighting the camber, you're not in a good place.
Yeah, well, you're going to be in the drain or you're going to be slow. And, I mean, this is what separates rallying from circuit racing. So a true circuit race, you'd go from right outside into the apex and then right outside again. But in a rally car, we can't do that because we have a thing called the crown in the road. So that's designed to keep the water off the road. And if you have a look sort of at the centre of your screen now, you can see there is a little bit of a drain there, and that's what we talk about, the crown. So if you get out there, lots of things can happen. You can have a little bit of a spin. You could obviously, if you're really unlucky, go through that fence, but you'd have to be fair flying. The thing is, it's an unsighted entry. So you know, some of the big boys and the escorts and that, they'll be setting up on that crest, which will be quite cool, I think, to watch. And the NZRC boys, look, I think they'll probably be pretty straight over the crest, maybe a little bit of attitude, like a Scandi, to get into that apex. Apex nice and early, and then hug on the exit. So we would call that a keep in our notes, basically.
So you talk about that big battle at the front of the NZRC. Ben Hunt by a whopping 10.5 seconds, Dylan Turner.
It's not much, really, is it?
Over Robbie Stokes. You know, sensational transition into the Skoda. And then Jack Stokes too, just 3.5 seconds behind his brother. So the podium spot's covered by 14 seconds. And man, we have got some serious rallying still to do today. We saw how big the Berwick Forest was in terms of results yesterday. There's another pass through there. They were talking about clay coming through on the first pass, so that's going to be slippery.
Yeah, definitely. And then, of course, we've got the thorn in the crown, which is Kirrybush. And, I mean, Ben loves that stage. So if I was Jack and Robbie, I would want a little bit of a buffer before I went into that stage. But exciting stuff. Now you can see how the road sweeps down, and then we've got a really long, big right-hander. Man, we can get a long way with that drone. It's really awesome.
Yeah. So the first 2 stages of the morning, long ones too, 28, 33 kilometres. Does a little bit of tyre management with the MRFs come in?
Yeah, look, I mean, they come on song pretty quick, and then, of course, that's not a car coming, is it?
I can hear, I think, in the background.
We've got a car.
We've got a car coming. Our first car, Tim Smith.
Here comes Tim Smith, of course. He's more or less a local, isn't he? Kent Christchurch?
Well, he lives in Western Australia these days, but
okay.
He and Ben Trevelyan were holding a fairly solid lead in the classic four-wheel drive rally of Otago.
There's the crest I was talking about by the Brian Green Property Group sign. So, as you can see, she's pretty fast over there. This H6 sounds really good.
It does, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's awesome. And there's that other little crest I was talking about. Did a little bit of a Scandi. Can't really see it on the exit there, but there's definitely a nice little off-camber bit. And they look nice and tidy. I'm not sure how far into the stage we are, but I don't think it's too far in. So, I mean, you're still going to be suffering a little bit with cold tyres too.
Yeah, we'll get you that information.
Yeah.
But, it was a solid drive by Timmy. Not something that, it's a little bit different here with the running order with these four-wheel drive classic cars first, because normally we talk about,
as you can see, he comes down to
sweeping, with the light.
Sorry to cut you off there. Coming down to the little concrete Ford-type bridge, you can see it's a real nice little tight and twisty. So we've gone from this open, flowing, fast stuff to this real steep downhill part. Second car on now.
Yeah, so this will be Josh Keeley. So he was third in the Group A Challenge.
Nice late break there. That was beautiful.
He carried some good corners
there,
didn't he?
Got a little bit wide, but he showed us that you can get out there wide. You just can't get a power down as quick. Thought it was a really nice late break from him there.
Yeah, very committed. Josh, great job yesterday, and then they had a heater hose break, which they managed to fix and still got that third in the Group A Challenge, which runs across the first day.
Yeah.
Of the 2-day events in the Brian Green Property Group New Zealand Rally Championship. So
it's coming down to that little Ford. Look how narrow it gets, and you can't tell from here, but it is steep. It's so steep down there. Got a 90 right, and then it's almost into another 90 left, and it's narrow. You've got sides on that bridge, and then you're off back up the hill. That corner that was beautiful. We missed the exit of that, but that looked like a lovely tip in.
Yeah, so just how difficult is it? Because, I mean, you look at this shot here and those big, wide, flowing roads. It's a total change of rhythm, isn't it?
It is, yeah. Look, I mean, the straights give you a bit more time to think. When you're in that stuff, it just goes so fast. You're always making a decision. That's beautiful, nice and wide. On the gas, nice and early. Now, see, he got that camber we were talking about, and you can see as his shock absorber's unloaded, it's popped him over to the other side of the road. So yes. That's what you got to be a little bit careful of.
So it's Glenn Alcorn and Johnny Charlson, the West Australian-based Irishman.
Yeah, like nice angle in there. Man, these drone shots are fantastic, and we have got a fantastic position. Actually, I really can't wait to see these big boys come through.
Absolutely. So these guys second in the Group A Challenge yesterday. We're talking about only doing the opening round now. Seem a little bit more keen to put together a bit of a
let's hope we can twist their arm. Come on, boys, come back. Come back.
So we're already getting some comments through that the drone shots are, quote, sick.
Nice.
Sick.
A little bit of dust hanging, look at that.
That is.
Not a lot of wind this morning, so hopefully we can get a little bit of breeze, because dust might become a little issue, I think, later down the field.
Clearly you weren't in the same hotel room as Dale Budge.
Is he dusty?
No, but there's plenty of wind.
Oh.
So we see Kevin Laird and Ella Jones, so they were the winners of the Group A Challenge on debut.
Yeah, well done on debut. I mean, awesome drive. Nicely through the gears. Just great shots. Look how narrow it is down there, you know, and that's a slight right-hander there, but he doesn't seem to bother him at all. Sets up nicely for that right-hander.
Pull out another quote. It's gnarly.
That's for our drone shots, isn't it?
This little section down here is gnarly.
It is gnarly, mate. How old are you? Dips it in nicely.
Older than most of the other people in the group chat I'm in that are commenting on it.
And 90 right. You can see there's a little bit of a bump there too, but you can take that forward flat. Not much fun when the water's coming though, of course. Yeah, look how dust hanging around.
Yeah, absolutely. So Deb Kibble, next car on the road, and Heather Barton.
Over the second crest, just starts to set up, and then she's like, oh, actually I might have braked a little bit too much, gets back on the gas, tips it in nicely,
It's one of those
she's off.
You do that though, don't you? You go over there and go, oh, I could have, but it's slightly better to be doing that than going, oh, I couldn't have.
It's probably about 60 metres, so, and the problem is 60 when you're going, you know, $1.50, $1.80 sort of thing, it does finish pretty quickly at that, you know, at that distance. But she got round there good. She got back on the gas, and that is frustrating. I hate it when you do that. But we've all done it.
Oh, 100%. 100%. Deb had a reasonably strong run yesterday. Bit of a battle with Amy Keeley. It's great to see the ladies going well.
Well, we all love a battle. I mean, that's part of it. And I mean, like, when you're out, if you're out the front and there's kind of no one else there, it's so much more fun when you're in a good battle.
Speaking of Amy, here she comes.
Nice and straight and tidy. And see, she gave it another little blip as well. That's good corner speed, though. Nice. Oh, yes. Just got a little bit wide on the exit there. Had a little bit of a nervous lift, I think. And then managed to get back on the brakes. Sorry, on the gas.
So overnight, Amy was 59 seconds behind Deb. So that's certainly well achievable. Like, as I said, 28, 33 Ks to start with. We've got Berwick in there. We've got, there's a lot of rallying to happen today. And of course, you know, tune in later on this afternoon, the live stream from Curry. Oh, she was quite wide there.
She was wide there, yeah, definitely. And that's a long drop. So, holy smoke. Now, we are 12 Ks into the stage. So, tyres should be nice and warm by then. And I guess, you know, any rust that you've had's probably blown off on the first 5 or 6 Ks of the stage. She's up the hill, sets it up nicely. That's pretty good. On the crest there on the right-hand side's all our South Auckland Car Club supporters. So welcome to those boys and girls.
And from not too much further down the road, Sean and Hayley Wade from Hamilton.
Yeah, well, good speed, jeez. I think he got cut a little bit too much, and it sapped a lot of the speed off him, but he came in pretty hot, I thought.
Yeah, I thought the corner speed entry was good, and then it just sort of dropped in a bit in the mid-corner, didn't it?
Yeah, so it's a little bit of a hole in there, and if you hit that wrong, he's setting up for that nicely. This is the Evo 3, isn't it? It's a beautiful looking car.
It's actually a Mirage Cyborg, so it's all...
Oh, it looks like an Evo 3 though, doesn't it?
A little bit, yeah. So it's all Evo 3 running gear, but in a Mirage body shell. So that
nice.
car, I think it was the 1998 top half rally championship winning car.
Excellent.
And now down in the deep south, I think
they steal all our cars.
Well, no, it lives in Hamilton. They made a bit of a road trip, but yeah, Greg Kirkham and Mark Parsons.
That's right. Yep, I remember that car. Used to race against it in my little Legacy. Taranaki Tarmac Rally.
I don't think anyone's referred to a Legacy as little, especially compared to a Mirage. Big old bus.
True.
Unfortunately, the one Legacy that was in the classic four-wheel drive rally That is a little one now.
Yeah, it is a little one.
Shorter in the back end.
Simon's been down there picking parts off it.
As we see Tom Milliken and Chris Cunningham. So another one of the H6s. They're a very, very popular platform down this part of the...
Oh, I just think it's good. I just think it's a great class, and it's it's good to see all these cars being built, and I mean, they sound so good. I mean, a Subaru sounded cool anyway, but just that little bit extra revving makes them sound pretty cool.
Yeah, of course, naturally aspirated. I mean, turbos always
turbo.
suck a bit of sound, but
it's a cheaper way to do motorsport. You're going to go. There's less things that can go wrong. You don't have to replace a turbo every 2 or 3 rallies. Coming down that hill, big stab of the brakes, turns it in nice. There's a bit of room there too on the right hand side. And here we go with the Quattro.
From one extreme to the
Rowdy
to the other.
Come on, do a Scandi. Do a Scandi, Steve.
Steve's
do a
got
Scandi.
some Laurie Brent, so there we go.
Okay, little Scandi. That's not bad. I bet you hated when he was driving that, did a couple of Scandis.
Oh, I bet he did.
Very cool looking car, and of course it sounds proper, which is what I like about it.
Yeah, it's just that unique note, isn't it?
It is.
The 5-cylinder Audi Quattro Raw.
Yeah, and it's unusual. You wouldn't think a 5-cylinder would, but it's just a unique pitching sound.
Yeah, absolutely, and the popping and the banging and the big wings. It is a spectacle, this car, isn't it?
Yeah, they're really cool. And once he gets his head around driving it, which I'm sure he will, can't wait to see it driven in anger.
Yes.
Down, sort of shows how steep it is coming down to that hill, and it's quite slippery.
I think, is that...
Hopefully he's not broken something.
Yeah, I'm thinking that's looking...
I'm going to say he's pretty... And into the Ford, he might have broken something. No, maybe not.
Just
he's
tentative
back
down
up the hill.
Yeah.
Might have a problem. I think he's quicker than that.
Yeah. This is Nigel King, I think.
Oh, nice little Scandi coming in. A little bit early. Oh, jeez, that's wide. Yeah, off the gas. Off the gas, and then, look at that train. Yeah, we've all done that a few times.
Cars are good like that. If you talk to them and just ask them nicely, they'll
I don't think that's true. The amount of times I've been going through fences and I'm like, come on, what are you doing?
The car's saying the same thing to you.
Yeah, exactly. What are you doing?
That was
not flat. Coming down the hill, big stab of the brakes, tipping it in nicely. Back on the gas.
Yes, unfortunately they didn't complete all of yesterday's stages.
And another Subaru.
Yeah, this one, the
pops and bangs, beautiful. Gee, that was good corner speed.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
The wide body two-door.
It's a good looking car.
Nathan Fraser and Adrian Burney.
Good to see Nathan competing.
Yeah, absolutely. It's the great thing this event it embraces so many competitive elements. You got the four-wheel drive classic rally, which we're nearly through that field. Then we're into the two-wheel drive classics, and that's just a huge spectacle in its own right. And having Chris Meek here and Hayden Padden, as well as all of our historic competitors in the Brian Green Property Group. There's double caution.
Yeah, double caution down that hill, and there's you can see your little white sign on the right. So those are our stage signs, we call them. So they're in our route book, and the organisers put a little warning in there. So that I think there's a double caution, or maybe even a triple caution, we call it.
There's Terry Taylor, Jimmy Martin. So another one of our competitors in the Group A Challenge that ran yesterday, taking the opportunity to do.
Just good entry speed. Good entry speed. Scrubbed it a little bit on that. I think he got a little bit wide. There's heavy gravel wide in that corner.
I think Terry's a she.
Oh gosh, I'm sorry.
But fantastic to see. Was there 3 females in the four-wheel drive?
Yeah, isn't that cool?
Very
It's
cool.
really cool.
Terry's actually staying at our hotel. They were doing a bit of work on the car last night, and strangely enough, they didn't take the advice of myself and Simon Bell.
What was that?
In terms of how to fix it, which, to be fair, I wouldn't have either.
Get somebody else to fix it. I wouldn't trust you two clowns. Jeepers. We've just had a little drop out there. Okay, back to the Brian Green jump. I really want to call it a jump. I'm hoping that someone gets some air over it. Might just be a bit of a gradual. Like it looks like a jump when you're first walking down to it.
Well, he's the luckiest man in rallying, Louis King.
Oh, how do you roll? He rolled yesterday and just didn't do any damage. He broke his driver's window. Indicator fell out. Jeez, he's pushing too, isn't he?
It hasn't put him off, has it?
No, definitely. Sometimes you're a bit scared after a crash, but I guess it's probably like, well, it didn't cost much.
Yeah, exactly.
I believe he put a crack in his windscreen.
Yeah, it looks like it's got a new windscreen in it because it did have some tape on the windscreen for half a yesterday.
Unbelievable. Good on him. I mean, it's lovely if you can get away with a roll like that and it not cost you an arm and a leg, because that's what it normally costs.
So if you haven't seen it, check out the New Zealand Rally Championship Facebook page, and our man on the ground at the time, Dave Hedges, put the video up of that.
And don't forget, while you're checking out our page, please subscribe to our page. That would be awesome if you could. And left-hand corner, pop a little like on our live stream if you like it. Feed us full of comments, because we're always happy for your feedback, always looking for what you think we could do better, or maybe drop us a little compliment. We do read them. Promise.
So just starting to get some times through, and also a bit of news that Glenn Elkhorn, who we saw a little bit wild through the junction here, he's stopped at 26.5 kilometres.
That's a shame.
They're all okay, so we're not quite sure what the issue is there, but Timmy Smith continuing to extend his lead 7 seconds faster than Josh Keeley. The pair of them really charging on. They were 42 seconds fast, or Josh was 42.6 seconds faster than the next car.
Wow.
Kevin Laird, who sits second in that four-wheel drive classic rally. Unfortunately for Josh, lost some time. Deb Kibble with a strong start, just 7/10 off Kevin Laird, and then Amy Keeley a further 32 seconds back. So Deb sort of putting down a bit of a statement this morning and saying, you will not have my fourth place.
Sorry, why is the go pattern sign upside down? Don't you put the mockers on, Hayden. Turn it up the other way. That sign's been round the world. I think the first time I went to Australia to watch Hayden, we had that go pattern sign. And the South Auckland boys always used to have this little sign that went around everywhere saying "Go Nana," and it was like, then I worked out it wasn't Nana, it was Nana. I was like, why are they showing that to me? Anyway, Rowdy is going slow, so 19Ks, that's a shame. He's got a little bit of a problem, and of course Glenn did blow a right rear tyre, so that is possibly, maybe he's just changing it, let's hope. Anyway, good time to thank our sponsors, BB. So, of course, Brian Green Property Group, well, Brian Green, classic driver and just a classic gentleman. Thank you so much for your support and sponsorship. MRF Tyres, of course, they are fantastic as well. Used them for many a year before they actually started to become a bit more popular in New Zealand. Cream Insurance, and of course Omega Rental Cars.
Yeah, well done, Dylan.
Yeah, I'm doing the sponsors. You were head down on your iPad, so I was like, someone's got to thank the sponsors while they're on the screen. And of course, thanks very much to the NZRC crew. It's a big team. We've got people all over the show at the moment. There's people back in the back office. In the van where we're bringing the comments, there's about 4 or 5 people. Obviously the drone. Here's some cool drone shots. If we could head back up that way, would be pretty cool.
You've got the team at Elevate Digital Assist as well, working behind the scenes with a lot of the results boards we see on the NZRC page, and sort of responding to as many of the
comments as we can.
So Nita's doing a great job there. And
Simon and Dale Budge, of course, right now they're in the other stages, doing end of interview. As drivers come out, and of course you've got Dave Hedge, so it's a big team to bring you these pictures, so I hope you're enjoying it.
Jeff Ritter on the still snaps, he's actually here as well, so we've got this junction well covered as we see Jilly Fisher, so the first of our classic 2-wheel drive cars.
What sort of car is that? Little Corolla?
Little Corolla. And Kylie Cotton.
Come on, get over that, Chris. There you go. Nice and middle. Big brake. Tip it in. Hey. Pretty direct in the front, that car. She moved quick.
It turns in.
No understeer at all.
Must have a good set of MRFs on it, to be fair.
I think so. What a great weekend for motorsport. Of course, not only have we got the rally on this weekend, but we've got our Liam Lawson. Oh, here comes the Cameron. Sorry.
Yeah.
Geez, they're right up their tail.
Yeah, Mike's on a charge,
Go,
isn't he?
Mike. Back to it. Sorry, we've got Liam competing, of course, this weekend. The out-qualified Yuki. I love that. I'm sure the whole of New Zealand loves that. Shane doing the NASCAR. And, yeah, look, it's a great motorsport weekend.
Yeah, absolutely. Petrol head heaven. I think there was even a touch of speedway down here. Look at Mike Cameron's really got his groove on.
Yeah, he has. Good corner speed there. Let's see what he's like down the bottom here. He would have made up 30 or 40 seconds. Like, he will catch them by the end.
Oh, absolutely. And now we see Paul Fraser, so another one of our runners in the Brian Green Property Group New Zealand Rally Championship.
Cool car. I mean, you listen to it as it goes around. We'll not talk. How cool is that? Little blip of the accelerator as he pops it down a gear and then feeds it straight out off the apex. Got on the gas nice and early and he's off down the road. Nice corner, nicely done.
So Paul unfortunately didn't make the finish. He drove every stage but accumulated too many time penalties and was excluded for what we call OTL, over the time limit. But he
must be really steep down there. Is he got a puncher too, maybe? No, surely not. No, I think it is just quite steep down there going into it. And of course, triple caution, that for us, yeah, you've got to be careful over
you're
a
paying
triple
attention,
caution.
aren't you?
Yeah, you definitely are.
So in the historic, the New Zealand Rally Championship historic standings, as we see Pat Norris, so another one of our competitors.
Yeah, Pat making the step up this year from this car from out of his, what was he in last year? He was in a Vitz, wasn't he?
Yeah, Vitz, yeah. So out of the Rally Challenge two-wheel drive and into the historic ranks. He's only got 38 seconds over Mike Cameron, so he'll be certainly making sure he's pushing on a bit.
And that's what Cameron was pushing. As you could see, he was pushing.
And that's for third place in the historic. So,
that's
the cool trophies and a bit of champagne.
Champagne?
Well, champagne's a very loosely used term, I think, with what we end up spraying around. But
well, it's bubbly water, isn't it? With a cap on it, we're a bit tight.
I think if you wanted to remove the paint off your car quite quickly, it's probably just the stuff.
It's Chateau Chardonnay flipping nail varnish.
So we don't, as you can probably tell, we don't have a wine sponsor. If anyone wants to become a wine
we're happy
sponsor,
for that.
Do get in touch.
Well, the person sponsoring our drone.
Yeah. So this is Jay Ritchie and the little Toyota Starlet, 1300.
Oh, got back on the gas as well.
Yes.
Nice and straight. And gives a little tip in. Gets back on that gas nice and early. And he's off.
Get the Mark II Escort players on the Starlet too.
It's a cool looking Starlet, what I really love about Otago is all these cool cars come out of the woodwork, that just and some of them are real works of art.
Oh, they absolutely are. Jay, a stalwart of Class A in the mainland series.
And there's another car slipped through while we were watching. So he's right.
It's all happening, isn't it?
Right up his bum, as we would say.
Yeah.
Who was it, BB? Do you know?
No, I'm just trying to
we
figure that
couldn't
one
see
out.
it. I'm sorry.
A86 Corolla. It might be Graham Simon. So I might be looking. Tell you what, Dylan. Here's a trick for new players. If you look at today's start list instead of yesterday's.
Oh, jeepers, BB. You had one job, mate. One job, and you've done it averagely. I had to even do the sponsorship. Jeepers, that's your job.
Oh, fail, mate, fail. So we should have seen Ed Mulligan in there. In my defence, Your Honour. In my defence.
So it's Ed Mulligan.
Should be. So we
be.
haven't heard the BMW, because it does have a beautiful note to it, that car.
It does indeed.
So we'll see if this is old Raucous Ed or whether it's Michael Ward in the Toyota Corolla T37 replica. Pete Helwig co-driving for him, another one of the Australian teams. I think left the car here after the Silver Fern last year.
Fantastic.
Okay, so we're just going to go to a replay of Graham Simons.
Because we missed him. How cool is that we have that technology?
And Anthony Steltari. Oops, so we are just hearing there might be a little bit of a delay on the stage.
Here's our replay.
We're working to get you some more information, but we'll watch through this replay of Graham Simons, Anthony Steltari, the little Toyota AE86.
Look at him go, and it was a beautiful. How did we miss that? So glad we've got the replay, the Bailey replay.
You get your mitts off our replay.
Well, I'm happy if someone wants to give some money, mate. I'll happily back off. What a ripper. That was a, gee, man, nice and direct in the front. Here's your BMW.
Yes, this is Ed Mulligan.
Now, Ed definitely won't waste this crowd.
No, absolutely not. Beautiful note of the BMW too, isn't it?
He got back on the gas. They're all getting back on the gas, so the grip must be quite good.
That car looked like it was crabbing a little bit down the road.
Yeah, he might have just clipped something. Sounds great. We can hear it live as well, you know, out the side of the van. And what a ripping note those BMWs put out. Of course, Kane, he was the big BMW man.
Kane Barry?
Yeah, Kane Barry in his big bus, we used to call him.
Old Elga.
He made that BMW dance, though.
So if we have a look at the outright Otago Classic Rally yesterday, of course it was Chris Meek. Probably the pressure came off reasonably early, but Dean Buist was still pretty... giving him enough of a hurry-up. So he's less than a minute and a half behind a fantastic performance by Dean, and he cleared out just over 2 minutes ahead of Ari Pettigrew, who sits third. So certainly wouldn't call Ari a classic driver, but...
no, but he's a good driver, and he proved that in a four-wheel drive. You know, he's very fast. So we've got a bit of a wait now, so that was our last car for a little bit. Don't know what's gone on. The stage has stopped, so... hopefully there's no dramas, no issues. We'll have a look on Rally Safe and give you updates if we can see any. But yeah, it's oh, here we go. Ward's gone off 700 metres into the stage. That's a bit of a shame.
Yes, so we'll just wait any more information there. Just trying to figure out exactly what's going on. The
stage has stopped, so right now, of course, the officials will be getting all the feedback from what's gone wrong. So this is the best thing about that Rally Safe that we were talking about, is that it's pretty instant. If you have the misfortune of, you know, leaving the road and being involved in a crash, there's really good safety procedures around the Rally Safe system. You get it straight away, you get it flash up, are you okay, SOS, or we're fine. And you pick obviously which one that is, and then depending on which way that goes is what the rally organisers will determine.
Correct. So that's going instantly back to the rally headquarters, which are in Dunedin Centre. So they, and they're in radio contact with all the stages. So immediately, if there's an issue, they can say, right, guys, we need to stop. We can send in
the appropriate officials that need to come in and help. And it just brings safety and rallying to a whole new level, basically. Yeah, so we're going to go to some commercials, and we've also got some highlights, so we'll come back and watch those too.
Let's be honest, you want to rent a car from someone who'll see you right. So here's a few reasons to put Omega Rental Cars top of your list. Do we have a modern fleet, all fully checked and ready to roll?
Yes, we do.
Do we offer keen prices, unlimited Ks, and free additional drivers?
Yes, you do.
And do we support New Zealand motorsport because we love cars? And maybe to look a bit flash?
Yes, you do.
There you go. Omega Rental Cars, your upfront and honest car rental company.
So just checking through a few of the highlights of our action so far. Of course, Paul Fraser there, just getting word too that his penalty was overturned, so he is still back in the rally.
Oh, brilliant.
Pat Norris here, the little AE86 Priority Motorsport car. Great debut from him, and as we said, that big battle with himself and Mike Cameron, only 36 seconds apart. Then Jay Ritchie there, the little Toyota Starlet. 1300 cc's of pure performance.
1300 cc's, yeah, you're convincing me, mate.
Graham Simons there, so just going through some of the other information we have to hand. Hearing that Steve Cox has limped out.
Well, that's good to hear that he's limped out.
So we're hearing from the team, small fire within car 36C Michael Ward. They are all okay. It's all under control, and the stage will be restarting soon. So obviously we don't.
I've got a couple of questions coming through. Leighton's asked, what's my plans with the Audi? The Audi's quite comfortable sitting in my shed in Pukekohe. This year's a bit busy, of course, because we've got a 1-year-old and a 3-year-old. So it's just a bit hard going away for 3 or 4 days, because obviously it's not so bad just doing the live stream. It only ties me up for a couple of days, but it's quite difficult when it's when you're away for a lot longer. So at this stage, I hopefully will get the car out to do Coromandel, but not sure. Not sure at this stage.
Okay, well, we are hearing that unfortunately this stage has been cancelled. So the cars will tour through from here. Unfortunately, that means in terms of live stream action, there's not going to be a lot to bring you here. Cars will now be toured through the stage, so bit of a disappointment. I guess for everyone at home as well as ourselves. We're looking forward to seeing
Hayden and Meek, and then of course our big boys coming through, all the NZRC boys and girls, big boys and girls. Sorry, Emma.
But we'll do a quick rundown on those overnight results. So as soon as I find the right screen within the Chris Sport system, the fantastic system that is, makes me sound like I know what I'm talking about. So it is Ben Hunt who leads the overall rally, and Category 1, 10.5 seconds over Robbie Stokes, another 3.5 seconds back to his other brother Jack Stokes. Josh Marston, he flew under the radar in the build-up to the event. He's been doing the same again. Mountain 11 off the lead, ready to pounce.
That's pretty good, considering, Jack won the rally last year, so Jack's no slouch. And, well done, Josh. Had a bit of time off. Dougie, of course, will be given a bit of a spur along. That's his co-driver, who's pretty handy and was in the NZRC last year, obviously.
Jack Hawkswood sitting in 5th there, so he's another 28.6 seconds back. And then we've got 36 seconds back to Emma Gilmore, who unfortunately punctured on the first stage and just...
Otherwise, Emma would be in the hunt, It's it would have been 4 of them, I reckon, battling for the lead, because Emma was trading times yesterday with the top 3.
Yep. Caleb McDonald there, who was the first of the... Rally Challenge cars yesterday, of course.
Fantastic to get in the top 10 of the big show, and then Kingsley rounding out that top 8. So.
On day 2, so they're just competing for pride and fun. Kingsley Jones there. Hayden McKenzie unfortunately had a drive shaft failure early on, rejoined, but not so much to prove. In Category 2, Tim McAtee was very impressive, but Bryn Jones pulled out a huge stage time through Nenthorn, the 37k longest stage of the rally, and grabbed that overnight lead with a big effort. So, that should be an interesting battle. 27.9 seconds between the pair going into today.
How much did he pull out on that stage, BB? Have you got that? Or because I know it was a blinder of a stage.
39.9 seconds.
Because I thought he was in second place, and
he was for most of the day.
Yeah,
and Tim said, fair play to him. That was an impressive stage time. So
sometimes you do that, though. There was always stages where people would have a blinder, and you'd kind of, ones that they gel with, or one that they just know really well.
In the open 2-wheel drives, Dave Strong leading that class. He said the car has never felt as good as it does.
That's good.
Down here, they've really found something with it. So
excellent.
He's got a lead of just over 4 minutes over Paul Cross, who, to be fair, in Otago on the big wide open roads, has put a little bit of a knife to the gunfight, the 1600 Corolla AE86.
Good to see Dave strong though. A confident Dave is a fast Dave. So and that car, we love seeing that car go fast.
Absolutely
sounds
wild,
ripper. Yeah, it's wild, all right. That's a good way to describe it.
We touched on the historics earlier. It's Dean Buist leading that class.
New Zealand Rally Championship, yeah, it's awesome.
Stephen Gill sitting in second in the Escort. He's just over 4 minutes behind, but actually fourth in the Classic Rally. Pat Norris sitting in third. But one of the team just gives us a great compliment there.
This is a problem when you're doing live and people are walking past making fun of us. So,
they're all comedians. Pat Norris and Mike Cameron separated by 38 seconds and then a further 3 minutes back to Paul Fraser, although we think that we may see some of that time given back in terms of penalties. Andy Martin unfortunately retired yesterday. They had an issue with the throttle sticking on the BDA. And,
that's a shame.
That's never a comforting feeling. And then, of course, the Rally Challenge classes that finished up yesterday just run across the opening day of the two-day events. Caleb McDonald with a fairly solid win. God, he looked good out there.
He looked really good, didn't he?
Minute 32 ahead of Gavin Feast. Ben Huband just 5.1 seconds back, so that was a close battle.
That's really close, isn't it? Throw a blanket across them.
Yes, so that was your podium. Julian Longley there in fourth, only 30 seconds back. So that was a good little battle. Brian Green taking home the spoils in fifth there.
Yeah, that's awesome effort from Greenie.
And then our Group A cars, so Kevin Laird taking out the Group A Challenge. He was sixth in the Rally Challenge four-wheel drive as well. Glenn Alcorn second in that. Josh Keeley third and Terry Taylor fourth. And there was a bit of late drama in the Rally Challenge two-wheel drive as well. So Thomas Paul taking a solid win on debut there over Charlie Evans. There's just 10 seconds separating Charlie and Ian Warren going into the super special stage. Charlie ran first, he spun. So Ian Warren had a bit of a charge to try. He thought it was on.
Oh, no.
And as we have seen so many times.
Yes, that stage kills people.
It did, and unfortunately Ian...
no.
It's over a curb and into a building. So
no! He didn't do much damage, or
he did enough damage. He did enough damage. Thankfully, with the way the rules work on a super special stage, he was still able to retrieve third place.
He ran across the line with the steering wheel. Yeah,
yeah. When you DNF a super special stage, you get a plus 7 minutes.
Yeah, 7 minutes. So he's still classified as a finisher.
He's still classified as a finisher, and unfortunately for young Tom. First trip to the deep south, he retired. Just got caught out by a bump on the opening stage. So
that's a shame. Friends to join us, grab a beer if you're that way inclined, or a cup of tea. And some chips, and join us in for that. It's going to be massive.
You're running the 2000 seconds. Seconds.
A ripper of a final stage, so please join us. It'll be on for young and old.
Yeah, massive thanks to Brian Green Property Group, MRF Tyres, Omega Rental Cars, Cream Insurance. We're going to sign out here from Special Stage 9. Unfortunately, it cancelled. Reiterating the crew involved are all okay. Small scrub fire that needs to be sorted out, and of course those kind of things we need to definitely need to make sure happens. So apologies team, but we will see you this afternoon for some fantastic
2:25, can't wait.
Fantastic action.
See you then.
Hello, take that. Carry on. Don't long. Red. Four. Ding 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 ding